Good evening to all of my friends and Space 1999 fans out there tonight. Last minute update, spur of the moment. Not sure who I'm going to catch, but we'll be there for the reruns too. Monday evening, 3 days left, roughly. I, I just, I can't believe it. Everybody's been watching from all over the world, of course, all month, all April, and those folks over in the UK, of course, and in the US. Kickstarter primarily displays in the country that you're from the currencies. So I'm just really excited tonight because earlier today in Canadian, in CAD, we surpassed the 60,000 mark, which is just unprecedented and unbelievable in my mind. I never, so we're now officially 4 times greater than our original funding goal. We've quadrupled it, and it's just amazing. So just a quick little update. So everybody else knows out there as well. Thursday evening, we're planning 2 special broadcasts, just like we did the night before we launched. We'd like to see this thing go out live. So Roy and I are going to be on earlier to discuss a Space 1999 episode on this episode segment, and then we might have a guest on. We're not sure yet. That'll be Thursday evening, and then we'll probably log off again for about an hour, but come back for midnight my time, which would be late 2 a.m. On the East Coast. But that's technically when the Kickstarter, I'm sorry, is going to end. I'm exhausted. I had no idea how much of an investment in time this whole ordeal would be. So I've been sitting here in my poor eyes, staring at this computer screen all month. It's been exhausting. So, but not to say that it hasn't been fun, and a learning curve as well along the way. Sort of picking up on tips and tricks from other campaigns to launch us into the stratosphere, as it were. And I'm very excited for this last 3 days as well, because everything I've read and seen is that, most campaigns will sort of have that famous curve where you start off strong, then dip down in the middle, and then ramp up towards the end. So I have a feeling we're still going to be leaps and bounds from where we are this evening. So I'm really excited to see things through to completion on Thursday evening. So be watching for that. 2 special live streams on Thursday. So really quickly, of course, and so much has just happened in the last couple of days. It's remarkable. I think everybody's aware of our 3rd stretch goal, which of course is to bring the original parts and a large portion of the original command center wall, the computer wall, to Manchester, of course, and use it for filming, which is to my knowledge never been done before with a fan production. So we may even have a particular desk there. We're not sure yet, but that little desk that Maya's sitting at that you see right in that very shot could be along for the ride as well. So I'll be watching for more updates on that. And we only got this after surpassing stretch goal number 2 late last week. We got the word out on number 3, sort of unofficially Thursday evening when Roy and I were on, but we're already halfway there to unlocking goal number 3. Just absolutely unbelievable. Thank you all so much for your support and just continued enthusiasm for all things to do with our fun little project here. Yeah, halfway there. Unbelievable. Over the next couple of days as well, I made this graphic up, and it sort of didn't get a lot of coverage on the pages there. I think it's just a little too busy, but I figured I'd just throw it up here tonight for anybody out there or anybody watching the replay here. I've taken great pride in the last few years of being involved in planning and helping to facilitate various events and creating content, Space 1999 related. So, back to 2021 was sort of my first kick at the cat with the first virtual event. And we did a follow-up to that in 22. We did a small live event in Calgary in 23. In early 24, and of course, we were running social media pages along the way, Space 1999 fandoms, and then into then we also rebranded. We were originally Destination Moonbase Alpha for those virtual events, but then since we had to sort of delay London and the live event, that sort of got spun into a rebranding into a 50th anniversary celebration. So into early 24, Roy and I came up with the Space 1999 This Episode podcast on YouTube, and started that up as a lead into all things Los Angeles in 2025. So I guess that was early 25. I'm sorry. I'm all mixed up. So yeah, it's all a blur. So the podcast, then Los Angeles, announcing Manchester, and of course now this year, the dovetailing of all of our festivities and activities into Return to Moonbase Alpha. So yeah, it's been a wild ride. Anyway, long story short, if you've taken part in any of these fun events, and I think many of them were, as I say, they're very memorable. We create a lot of special memories for people and all our attendees, and even going back to Calgary with that great shot in there with everybody holding up their eagle, right? That was just such an amazing moment. But yeah, we're very, very pleased. You know what? And we haven't really asked for anything in return. So, I mean, over the next 3 days in particular, if anybody's out there, just that's all we're asking, is to try and give us a share of one of our posters in the Kickstarter link, to try and make sure that we do literally get launched to the moon, Thursday night, and we go out with a bang, as it were. So pardon the pun, but yeah, no, listen, it's been a lot of fun, and I've just been so honored to be a part of this, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for all your support, and bearing with me through the ups and downs and the COVID delays and everything. But we spun it into a great deal of positivity and a lot of fun. And I'm just happy to have known I've made so many people happy because of this. And that's was sort of my idea going into Return to Moonbase Alpha. I just really wanted to help present something to the fandom and to the community, that's rewarding to all of us, for being so loyal and dedicated all these years, almost 50 years plus 50 years, depending on when you're considering things. We're 50-ish years and counting, and these are, of course, the 50th-ish year anniversary celebrations that we're all taking part in. So anyway, thank you all. On Saturday, I came up with this little graphic just to sort of say, acknowledge the fact that we had hit that second goal, and we are going to be able to commission that very, very special vintage effect shoot now. And you know what? I mean, we of course wanted to take the opportunity to try and invite some industry professionals to take part, right? This whole campaign has generated a lot of interest from a lot of people, just let me say. And I think it made complete sense to, at that point, once we knew we had the budget in place, to reach out to a few of our friends, right? Brian Johnson, of course, Nick Alder, Martin Bauer. We're the hope was that they're going to want to take part in some capacity and help us honor their work from all those years ago. Pay tribute to the hard work and endeavors that they were able to put on screen for us all those many years ago. So the good news is, so that was Saturday. Let's jump ahead to yesterday. So we were able to officially announce Nick Alder has gotten back to us, and he is tickled with the idea. He just thinks that this is so much fun, and we're just so I think I said over the moon with excitement to know that Mr. Alder is not only endorsing the project, but wants to take part on a hands-on perspective as well. So that's just really amazing, and again, unheard of. I mean, to bring Nick back on board all these years later, just thank you, sir, and it's going to be a great pleasure working with you in the over the next few months. So, of course, with that, then I'd been playing with this idea for a few weeks, and this is part of the thing with this whole Kickstarter process is that, every step of the way, virtually every day, I haven't spent a day in front of the computer, for at least a couple hours. But, each and every idea has to be supported by new posters and graphics. And this is one I had been playing with, and it all sort of came together with that final checkbox: original crew members involved. Everybody's known for a while. We've had Anton Phillips involved. We've had Christian Anhold. We know that Nick Tate is really excited to take part in this. So actors, of course, models and props. That was part of our campaign, right? To put together that. Costumes. This is kind of an easy one, but anybody who was in London or been to various conventions knows how many original costumes are still in existence, right? And it's not to say that we're going to put anybody in particular, any of the original actors back in original costume, but there's nothing to say that, if somebody's, piloting an eagle, right, and there's no co-pilot there, but maybe you just see an original costume draped over in the next seat over, or something like that, right? So it's just, as long as it's in frame, just the whole idea, Easter eggs, if you will. So, but yes, no. So long story short, then of course we announced the stretch goal number 3 to include original sets and then original crew with having Nick Alder on board. That was the final icing on the cake for me to come up with this poster here late last night and tell everybody, hey, 3 days left. But this has never been done before in the history of fan productions that I'm aware of, right? To pull off all these coups together in one fell swoop. They might have had, 1 or 2 or even 3 of these dynamics, but here we are, the full slate. So can't get much better than that. It's not we're being boastful about it, but it's just something for us all to sort of come together over and celebrate and just remark over the fact that this fandom and everything I've said this so many times, we should be so grateful. Because a lot of shows, a lot of productions that are 50 years old, I mean, to have all these pieces, I mean, they would have been discarded years ago, right? And not been in anybody's possession, or they wouldn't have the resources. But I know for a fact the matter. I mean, I'm fairly well versed in both Star Wars and Star Trek franchises, and various spin-offs and fan productions, right, associated with those IPs. And I've never heard of original screen used items being incorporated, at least on this level, or with this level of complexity. So there we go. So I just threw that out there as well, because it's just anything we can do to over this next 3 days to really ramp up the excitement, and it's going to benefit everybody. I mean, look at what we've already done, with the goals that we've hit. I mean that special effects shoot, wasn't even on our radar 3.5 weeks ago, right? The 50th anniversary commissioning plaque, of course. I thought of in that first week, how to reward everybody and say thank you so much for supporting, and but I thought, what a great way to celebrate everybody who had contributed with a commissioning plaque. The command center. I mean that is just, I think these panels, and everybody, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with them, and we even did up a little post over the weekend with one of Stephen Reeder's panels. I own one myself, so a few of them have been sold off down through the years, but the main collector, who's recently acquired the majority of the panels, of course, is hard at work on restoring them, as Stephen and I have already done. Stephen and I are going to bring our panels, so they're going to be there as well. The more the merrier. But just little things. Then last minute as well. Oh yeah, this was the other thing. Just in the last few days, everyone, the really cool behind the scenes featurette that we've been able to put together with our friends Andy and Amy Tucker, who have documented all of our Q&A panels and convention events the last couple times out. They're going to be in Manchester as well. So it was just a no-brainer to put our heads together and come up with this idea of creating a little making of featurette on Return to Moonbase Alpha. So that'll include both the live action filming in Manchester, as well as we'll have somebody on board to document things for the practical effects side of things as well. So, and then along with that new tier, then your name will be added to the end of the credits of this little featurette as well. So that was one of the fun things that I already, I've followed many Kickstarter campaigns, and I always got a kick out of the idea of seeing your name in the credits, right? Seeing your name in the spotlight. So we do have the existing one for your credit listing in Return to Moonbase Alpha. And this is just another way, maybe a little more affordable for some folks to see your name up there in the spotlight. So this will be included in the, I think it's a $75 Canadian tier. So you'll get a copy of this, a digital version of the featurette, as well as see your name in the credits. So there we go. There we have it. So let me just glance over. I'm going to wrap this up in a hurry here. Just a quick little update. Nancy is out there. Stephen Reeder is out there. Nancy is out there again. And Scott Beerley. Hi, Scott. Nancy and Stephen, thanks so much again for everything. It has been a wild ride, hasn't it? Yeah. Nancy's been just promoting the heck out of us here, as is Stephen. Just both you. Thank you so much for everything. And Scott, let's see. Scott's saying, can't wait. One of my favorite shows of my childhood. I had the lunchbox. I think we all did, my friend. Yeah. So, yeah, all that merchandise from back in the day, and there's a lot of cool sites out there as well that focus on that merchandise and collecting that side of things as well. But yeah, you know what? Just overall, I'm quite pleased with the way, of course, the Kickstarter has turned out, and but it was even a challenge a bit. It was a joy to see the rewards and perks, right? And start hearing the feedback on from everybody out there on how great the rewards and the different tiers, the different packages were. I mean, that took some time as well, just to sort of get used to that. And there's a couple of things that I knew, like on launch day, that it's just, I wish I would have known that. I would have done it completely different. And just small little tricks of the trade that if I ever do another one, I'll know right away for sure. So if anybody's going to plan one of their own in the future, just let me know. I'm happy to help provide those little insider tidbits as well. So, but yeah, we had a lot of great tiers and tier packages, and of course we had to add those all month long as well to keep that excitement rolling, that momentum on the up and up. So, I mean, we did add sort of as the first goal. It was about the commissioning plaque. Oh, but then the breakaway tiers. Yeah, those had completely slipped my mind. And what a great thing to sort of add mid-month, because there was so much excitement surrounding those different cuts of breakaway that we worked so hard on back in 24. So yeah, it's just there was a lot of people at the time saying, yeah, how do I see this? And of course, everybody got to see them at the conventions, but I've sort of held off, like a lot of the stuff, of course, I found on those Landau tapes we have posted, like if they were just regular broadcast versions of the episodes, we sort of been posting those in tandem with doing the episode reviews. But I've held off on Breakaway for some reason. I just, in the back of my mind, I was like, well, maybe somebody will do a home video release of it, and it would be really cool for that. But you know what? This came along, and I just went, this is perfect. This is ideal. Fans are going to love this, right? And sure enough, yeah. Those tiers went flying off the shelves, as it were. So, yeah, just all parts in the grand scheme of a puzzle that is all things Kickstarter. So, but okay, I'll wrap this up for tonight. Just wanted to get a word out there and a few quick little updates. So be watching over these next few days. Do us a favor, do us a big favor, give us a share. And actually, Scott's asking, how do I contribute? Okay, give me a second. And our friend Jenny is out there. Jenny from Australia, thank you so much for your help as well with everything. Your support means the world to me. And what time is it there, Jenny? Let's see. I'm going to do some quick math here. It's probably around lunchtime. I don't know. Just a wild guess. I'm thinking 15, 16 hours difference. So we'll see if Jenny chimes in, but thanks for Jenny is great. Like, we schedule these broadcasts so that they're convenient for like Roy and myself, but that's usually in the middle of the night for Jenny sometimes, and she's always there. Oh, look at, I think it was pretty darn close. 11:26 in Brisbane. How about that? Yeah, okay. Sometimes my brain is not too foggy. I said around noon. Well, there we go. Awesome. So back to Steve. Oh, look at, we have a fellow Canadian, Mr. Chevalier. Hey, Dennis, how you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. And Dennis is a big supporter as well, and all of these broadcasts. And Dennis tunes into Roy's tie dye as well, and he's been following along closely with everything we've done over here, and all things Kickstarter again. So thanks, my friend. So Mr. Scott, give me 1 second here, and I'm just quickly going to copy and paste the link like that. I've had that Kickstarter tab open all month long, and I think I'm going to post it right in the comments here, Scott. It's also in the ticker along the bottom, but I know it's going by it pretty quickly. But here it is for anybody out there in the comments. It might come through a few times because we're broadcasting through a few pages. But there we have it. So I'll wrap up. I'd just like to say thanks ever so much again for everybody out there. For a last minute spur of the moment broadcast, we still got 10, 12 people watching, tuning in. So yeah, we really appreciate things, and do us a favor, do everybody a favor, and just give that Kickstarter link a share in the next few days. And we're going to have so much to celebrate come Manchester. But even over and above that, I mean, we're going to have premieres. We're going to have digital premieres for Return to Moonbase Alpha. We're going to get everybody involved. And again, even though I said it was going to be my last kick of the cat as far as event planning and conventions this year, there's still so much to look forward to. And into 2027, trust me, I've already got some ideas. So, beyond the premiere of Return to Moonbase Alpha, yeah, I'm just so everybody out there knows, I'm always thinking about new and fun and different things in different ways to bring everybody together and to celebrate our shared love and interest of this crazy, zany old science fiction series from 50 years ago. Jenny's saying, thanks for all you're doing, Warren. I don't know if I'm legendary, Jenny, but thank you. I do appreciate it. I think, yeah. I've never been called a legend before. Oh my goodness. But you know what? I mean, everything I have done, I mean, let me just finish with that thought as well, is that if it wasn't for that support, right? The fan community is vibrant, and we've seen a resurgence the last few years with everything to do with Space 1999. It's such an exciting time to be a fan. It truly is. So Scott's saying, thanks for the link. You betcha, buddy. And we appreciate anything you can contribute there. And you'll be a part of the family moving forward, because virtually right on up from that digital download, yeah, you'll be on our mailing list and involved in all these fun and exciting things that we do have planned as well. So alrighty, I'll wrap this up then. Nice to see everybody out there, and I'm gonna go have a nap. It's time. It's only 7:30 here, but I had a long day at work as well, and yep, I'm gonna call it an early night, I think. So thank you all so much. We'll see you over the next few days, and then Thursday night as well for a couple of live broadcasts with Rory and myself, and maybe some special guests. So we will see everybody soon.